and welcome to the podcast. I'm Marisa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you like your podcasts more family-friendly and not so, potty-mouthed, then head on over to her very own podcast, Unlocked, where they talk to people, I guess?
Actors or people, I think.
You can't kill actors. Usually. They're not animals.
Ever eat with one? Hey!
Hey!
We're just starting it off right with the producer's references today. So, what are we actually talking about today, sister?
What are we actually talking about? Oh, we're talking about something that, I wish we could have talked about last podcast night. If nothing else, it's now been a while since I've seen the movie. But we hadn't seen it at that point. Because it didn't... Anyway. We're talking about Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase movie.
Yeah, the movie that just came out this month, technically.
And is now heading to DVD.
And is now already available on digital. And is available on Blu-ray on April 2nd. So, very quick. It's still in theaters, by the way. Select theaters. Only AMC's.
Yeah. Here's okay. Before we even get in to talking about the movie, let me first say this was the most piss poor fucking PR campaign I have ever seen. They showed one commercial occasionally, and then they don't put it in any theaters, and then immediately it's like, oh, well, guess we're straight to Blu-ray.
I guess it was supposed to be a straight-to-video type thing, and it was just a, limited theatrical release?
That's insanely stupid. Why?
I agree. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. Because, honestly, it was a good movie. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit.
Yeah, it was fun. Let's get into the movie.
Yeah, what did we like about it?
First of all, it like you said, it actually felt like Nancy Drew. It felt like they really... Because you know how when people try to modernize Nancy Drew, they
They don't capture the essence of who Nancy really is. They don't
capture the essence. They just take the character names and a few quirks and then add in something quirky from the time period that they're now in.
Yeah,
and
cough,
it's
2007 movie, cough.
That one was weird. We're going to eventually talk about that, but
we definitely will.
Not right now.
Honestly, what I really liked about this one, though, is that it took who these characters were and it modernized them from their essence instead of just taking a literal interpretation of who they were.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes some understanding of who they were originally and how that interacted with the time period it started in. As opposed to, a lot of people seemed to dislike the movie because of the reasons that I liked it.
Yes, because there are so many people who are saying that they didn't like that Nancy wasn't respectful towards authority.
I know. Nancy, above all, has always respected authority. Have you read the same books I read?
I have read quite a few of them, and
the thing is, what I realized is that we had some first printings of some books, which means we had the original books, not the rewrites from the 70s.
That's true.
Which means we had the Mildred Benson, actual who she was, as opposed to who she was rewritten into in the 70s. Which means I think we have a bit of a different understanding of who Nancy is versus what a lot of other people have an understanding of who she is.
I guess.
Because if you read the rewrites, she's a lot nicer, she's a lot milder. But at the same time, she's still never been one to always respect authority.
Yeah, even
y'all are kidding yourselves.
Even our Nancy in the games is like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Sorry. That just... People.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt to me like a real modernization of Nancy. It took her free spirit, her independence, which is a big part of who she has been since the 30s.
Yeah.
Her self-reliance. It took all of that and her just need to solve things, and it translated that into how that would be now.
Yes.
As opposed to trying to take how it was in the 30s and do exactly that now. Because that's not the same stuff as it is now. I'm getting so caught up on that first point.
No, I know, because this is what we liked about this movie. We came away with a lot to like about it.
It's true.
Like, yeah, no, I agree. They actually captured the essence of Nancy and her always sort of trying to find out who she is and how she wants to go about things, and it's good, it's great, and it's cute, and I did like the shameless reference at the end.
Yeah.
And my favorite part, though, that I got really excited about, I dragged my boyfriend to see the movie, and I got really excited when I saw her get in that little blue car that was clearly supposed to be...
By the way, guys, there's gonna be spoilers.
Whatever, man. She got a little blue car. That's in the advertisements.
But there's gonna be spoilers in this episode.
But I think we're kind of... Well, okay, when we get to certain things, I will... Anyway.
Yeah, we'll say spoiler.
But no, and I got really excited because it's supposed to be her little blue roadster, and I started hitting him on the arm, going, "Oh my gosh!" And he's like, "I don't know what's happening."
Yeah, it was definitely supposed to be her roadster, though. I mean, the original Nancy was she was amazing at driving, so whatever. I guess I'll just take her being amazing
turn it
at
on
skating.
its head, just like Hannah being Carson's sister. It was like, oh, we're throwing little bitty twists in there, not big ones.
They just took Hannah and Eloise and smushed them together into one person.
Yeah.
That's all they did.
Yeah.
They're like, you guys probably remember Hannah's name more, so we're just gonna keep her name Tana, but this is just a young Aunt Eloise. I guess. But, weird. I don't know. She makes pies now, I guess. As you do.
And she's... Okay. I don't know if this is okay, I think we've gotten to the in-between parts. Like, I think for this movie it's what we liked, what we were having some issues with, but we're not going to call them not liking it, and then what we didn't like. So, I would why was she a comedian?
I don't know.
What part of Hannah's character led to her being a really bad comedian?
I don't know. I think I don't get it. It completely left my mind until you mentioned it. So that tells you how memorable those bits
and
were.
I'm not really quite sure I can pinpoint exactly why.
They were it wasn't good. There were bits of the movie that were not great.
Let's go into, we'll probably switch back and forth. Things that I didn't like, that was not a very good script.
The script was not good.
It had, the actors really saved it. They all, well, for the most part, they all really, committed to their roles, and the girl playing Nancy, her it acting came out so a few times. It got a little too real, as the boyfriend said. It got a little too real. It was just like, when she thought that Carson was in danger, she's like, "My dad, they've got my dad," and it was like, "Oh, that's great acting. This is really weirdly out of place with the rest of this story, but great acting, really good." So this is why they couldn't cut it.
I mean, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
but that was the actors taking a really bad script and going with it.
It's true, and that tells you it's like the opposite of the Star Wars prequels. getting a good story and getting, like, from the direction. This time getting a really just bad script and just being like, you know what? With the direction and with the acting, we elevated it.
Yeah.
Good for them. But yeah, the script, and there were some lines that were just really bad.
Oh my god. Okay, and spoilers, that whole fucking ordeal in the science lab.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was just poorly done. It was just really poorly written
the entire time.
Yeah, I was like, what? Why is this happening?
Why are you doing this? I was like, I thought that this was a little old-fashioned when I was a kid and the movies were directed toward me.
What I really, really didn't like, because I'm going to get into this, is Bess and George. Because
I liked Bess a lot, actually. I liked aspects of George. Bess, I thought was interesting that they decided to, like, translate her love of, like, fashion and stuff like that, and frivolous stuff, and they're like, well, she's got, like, an encyclopedic knowledge of this stuff, so let's just translate it over to her being capable of something more, even. You know? I kind of liked that.
Well, something more. There's the amount of times that she has done great things with her knowledge of fashion and all of that.
Yes.
Don't even.
No, I know. But this is slightly more applicable.
It's not frivolous. God. But what... Just don't give me that look. But what I didn't enjoy was just... with George, they made her very one note and didn't give her much of a personality, and it made me so sad.
Yeah.
Because she was just angry the whole time.
She was.
Which was very problematic because they also then cast her as a black girl, which then gives us the angry black girl stereotype. Which is just, not great.
I did have different visions of how they would when I saw the two actresses who were playing them, I did have a much different vision of how they would go with those characters.
Definitely. But, you know, oh well.
I still
thought they were adorable.
Yes, they were adorable. When they were having fun, they were adorable. And that forced friendship scene at the end was adorable.
It was.
While we're at it, let's get into these characters.
Favorite character, Aunt Flora.
Oh my god, she's the most amazing thing. And I'm sorry, I have to say it. I wish they'd let her say ass. Because when she got to your lazy butt or whatever she said, anyway, again, I saw this movie like 2 weeks ago. But she gets there. She's already had all this sass leading up to it, and it's like, you take away her getting to say ass? How dare you, movie makers?
While we were watching the movie, I leaned over to my friend who I went to see it with, and I went, this is Aunt Flora's house is what Ariana's house would be like if she could.
Yes. Oh my god. You guys, I was staring at her house just going, I love it.
I was like, this is exactly what Ariana's house would look like if she could get away with it.
Right.
Christmas tree all year round. All that stuff. Yeah.
Little
flamingos.
Model towns set up and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would have a whole room that looked like it was designed for seances.
Exactly.
Her dining area was designed for a seance.
It's true.
That's why they were able to... Okay. Nope. We're on characters
we'll get
still.
there.
We're on characters.
We'll get there. Also, Aunt Flora, all of her stuff was color-coded blue, purple, and pink. So I'm just saying Aunt Flora is bi as fuck.
I mean, yeah.
They never assume. I mean, they're all like, oh yeah, her gentleman collars. But I'm just saying, she also talked about, her friend, that she was, her best girlfriend for forever. And I'm just like...
Yep.
But, whatever.
I did also, of course, I'm a big fan of the actress playing Nancy. I think she's great, and I think she's awesome. And she brought the right amount of quirkiness to the part, I think.
Yeah.
Just a smidge.
Yeah.
That's honestly my favorite part.
I loved all of her facial expressions.
Yes.
Always. They were just adorable. It was just fantastic.
Additionally, while we're talking about Aunt Flora, I loved how randomly sex positive this movie was.
Yeah.
It was like, you were a burlesque
dancer?
dancer? They're all into it, and they're like ecstatic, and then she's talking about her gentleman callers, and they're like, oh my god, get it, girl! It's like, alright.
Okay.
Awkward, but you know what? Cool.
Good for you. But yeah. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. Those are our favorite characters.
Yeah. I'm gonna, again, sort of do that same thing that we did with the what we liked and didn't like and have that in between. I have a problem. It's not quite not liking him, because honestly, he's fine. He's an adorable little personality.
I have a problem, and his
Deputy
name is Deputy Patrick.
Deputy Patrick is a problem. Because I feel like he was cast before they had a part for him, and they were thinking they were going to cast him as this, like, football player or something who has kind of a little flirty relationship with Nancy, and it's like, ooh, maybe she could have a love interest, and then they went to the script, and they're like, we don't have a character like that. We didn't write that. We wrote this so that it could just be, she doesn't get with anybody in the end. Did you read the script? So we thought, we've got a deputy here who, is supposed to be a mentor for her. Okay, it's fine. We'll just change all the connotation in the scene to weirdly sexual. But this is an adult character. Weirdly sexual!
Yeah, it was uncomfortable. It was just really uncomfortable. Just the entire situation being like, this man is a grown-ass man, and Nancy is 16.
Like, I don't care. And there's no way he's a deputy. Like, let's say, I think they were trying to say he's on the young end, so, like, he's 18, so he's only 2 years older than her. But
no.
He's the deputy.
Yeah, no, he's a grown-ass adult. And they made it very clear that she's nowhere near 18.
Yeah. She's almost 16.
Almost
right?
16, I think, yeah.
Yeah, they said that she's like 15 and a half.
Yeah,
so
she's not quite old enough to drive yet.
Yeah.
Which explains why she's so terrible at driving. Obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's just...
okay. Characters that were my least favorite were the paint by numbers villains.
Who show up, like, once.
Well, as soon as the fucking lawyer guy showed up, spoilers.
I know.
We went, oh, so he's the bad guy?
Yeah. He was like discount Nathan Fillion.
I can't remember what actor I'm thinking of, but there was this one actor in the 90s who was always that, like, kind of sleazeball guy. He always had his hair slicked back so he kind of looked pointy.
But yeah. It was like, oh, yeah, no, that's definitely the issue. But, yeah. He was irritating.
They were just very... Both of them were very one note. Like,
it's true.
The sad used-to-be friend who had to turn his back on them, and the angry guy who's the driving force behind all of this. Anyway, it was very boring. It was so boring.
Yeah, honestly. They did not go in depth on their villains. I'll say that.
I do like that they had the main conflict. We're gonna get into this, guys. The main conflict in this is that well, for this part of the story at least, is that they're trying to build a railroad through town, and some people are for it, like Aunt Hannah, and some people are against it, like Carson. Carson says it'll bring bad elements in, and Hannah says it'll bring in culture and good stuff. And I like how they definitely leave it open. Like, you don't get which side is actually supposed to be right, just because certain bad people are, they don't, like, I don't know. I kind of, that was interesting.
I mean, that's actually from the original book, has that storyline to it.
Yeah.
Which is great. But yeah. Helen was interesting.
Helen,
we'll talk about Helen in a second. What was your favorite moment of the movie?
My favorite moment? There were a lot of really just great moments. But I think, what you listed, actually.
Yeah, the haunting sequence.
The haunting sequence was so well done.
It was great. That was like where they put all of they put all of their effort and money into that haunting sequence, and the rest of the movie was like, eh. Eh.
Yeah, no, I liked every scene in that house, honestly. Going through the hidden tunnels and everything like
definitely.
that. Oh, and sorry, I loved the moment when Nancy said, "They know about the hidden staircase," and it was like, ha ha, she said it, she said the name. Sorry. I enjoyed that, on a weird level.
Reference to the movie title.
Roll credits.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire haunting sequence was just great.
No, yeah. Haunting sequence is great. The house stuff was all great. Because I love the house. But also, like, when she was walking around in the dark outside of the house, and I don't know. I loved it. It really captured the essence. Like Helen and Nancy go in through the tunnel, but we don't see any of the tunnel part. We just see them coming out, and it's like, that's how it is in the book.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, when they went into the tunnel, and suddenly they were on the other side, because nothing happened there, because it's just a tunnel, guys.
Exactly.
Just a tunnel.
It's just a tunnel. You've seen one tunnel, you've seen them all.
Exactly. So what's on the other side, that's the important part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite moment?
Okay, so I don't understand how the bad guys knew about the hidden staircase.
I don't know. That's never explained.
No, it's not. And I didn't really think about it at the time. And then he brought it up. I was like, this is gonna keep me up for nights. How? What? Why did they know about it? It's not like... And that was another thing. I expected them to have, like, a turn for Patrick, because he said, oh, yeah, I used to hang out here a lot when I was a kid. Flora let him hang out there, so he would have known about the hidden tunnels. He would have known about the hidden staircase.
He didn't. Yeah.
So it's like, they just sort of moved, that's why I think they just moved the plot around for this little actor.
Maybe.
This little baby-faced actor.
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
I think I'm sorry, I'm getting into crackpot theories, honestly.
Yeah. I've said my least favorite moment was when they were having that fight scene in the lab.
Oh my god.
And all the girls were just yelling at each other, and then Helen is all like, oh, feel bad for me. I'm pretty and rich and white, and it puts so much pressure on me. And it's like, oof, read the room, Helen.
It's just like... It's like in Big Mouth season 1, there's a scene... This entire scene happens in an episode of Big Mouth called The Sleepover. It's just, you guys don't understand what it's like being the most pretty and popular girl in school. That's literally it.
It's like, I don't give a shit. But,
They had a real opportunity there to, like, have a good scene. A good girl development scene.
And then they
instead, they went, we forgot to write this script. So we're going to pull from 90s movies. Here you go. Just put in a little Olsen twins movies, a little...
It was very phoned in.
Oh my god.
Traitor cake.
Traitor cake. Well, actually, she's not a traitor. She would have to... So it's just enemy cake.
I did like that they brought in lots of food.
Yes.
Into the movie, because that was so very Nancy Drew books. Just being like, maple bar, everyone. And it's like, yes, maple bars. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what happens in the books. We just all sit down for fun Sundays.
I don't know. Okay, let's go to that part of the story. We didn't even talk about the revenge
beginning.
Sequence, which was
fantastic.
It was weird. Just how it was shot made me uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because it was like, and they did nail home that she was not supposed to have done that. That there are better ways that she could have helped her friend.
She was in the wrong.
That she was completely in the wrong. Just because
she was arrested.
Mm-hmm. It was very clear. But when they were actually doing the sequence, it felt like I was supposed to be enjoying it. That I was supposed to be enjoying these weird... And it made me really uncomfortable because I thought that they were putting a camera in the bathroom.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So I was really worried where that was going to go.
Yeah.
But, still, I don't know. There was, like... It made me feel uncomfortable. It did. It should have been shot like a... It should have been shot like a bank robbery. Not like a water balloon fight, you know?
It should have been shot like a heist.
Yes, it should have been like a doom, doom, doom. Not a bunch of girls going, oh my god, we did it! Like, that was weird.
Yeah. It trivialized it a little bit.
It did.
When
Absolutely.
what they did was illegal. Highly illegal.
It was inherently wrong.
You know, whatever.
And they did a good job with Carson, like, being an actual voice. He's like, no, do you know how much property damage you did? Do you know how many people are going to have to clean this up?
Yeah.
You did that. You did
there
that
were
to
consequences.
them. Yes, yeah.
So
now, a lot of people complained that there weren't consequences for what she did. And it's like, no, they tried. I was going to say, she had to do community service, but only a little.
Only a little bit. But still, she now has that on her record. She do. But, also, it's just, she came to her senses. She knows that's not the right thing to do.
She realized it wasn't the right thing to do.
She learned.
And she got to know Helen, which made her feel bad about bringing her name into this. And it's like, oh yeah, you look who you affected. And it's like, yeah. She should know that he's a dog and, like, looking at other girls or whatever was supposed to be happening there.
But was that the way to do it?
Yeah.
No. Exactly.
And then Helen breaking up with him because,
Yeah.
That was all really weird and heavy-handed, but,
It was. It was very after-school special.
It was... Oh my gosh. It was saved by the bell as heck.
Saved by the bell as hell.
No! Heck.
But it rhymes the other way.
I don't care.
Okay. Well, I think... Is there anything else you want to say about the movie?
I still think that Aunt Flora should have been able to say ass. I am very upset for this woman.
Let Flora say ass.
Let Flora say ass. Everybody, let Flora say...
So what's your crackpot theory? Because, we have to have another crackpot theory.
My crackpot theory is Deputy Patrick was in on it. And now, because the other two are wow, actually, did what's-his-name, like, I know they say that he was just sick, but did he, like, die? Anyway, doesn't matter. Since the other two are put away and stuff, Patrick's gonna seek revenge, and that's what the next movie's gonna be.
Ransom of the Seven Ships, but it's Deputy Patrick.
Ransom of the Seven Ships, but, like, immediately and making absolutely no sense.
Okay. mine is that it was Aunt Flora all along.
What? But she's got flamingos.
I know. The
She
flamingos
paints her
were in on it.
brass for some fucking reason.
Have the
That
flag.
I didn't agree with. That I couldn't get behind. I mean, it was nice little MacGuffin that helped them, you know, find the paint on the tire, but...
But still. Why did they have access to that car?
That's another thing. Yeah, we don't... Why did they decide to blame that? I didn't get it.
Okay, that's fine. That's what we have to say about the hidden staircase.
There's... Watch it, but don't watch it for the plot. Watch it because it's a nice, happy movie. It is a good, like, early summer movie. You know what I mean?
It is. It's
where it's just, like, a little bit hot out, and, you know... Yeah.
So, watch it.
Yes.
Definitely. It's nice. It's
But
good.
don't expect anything deep from it.
It made us smile.
It was great.
It was cute. So, that's our opinion on Nancy Drew, the Hidden Staircase. We would love to hear yours. You can contact us on our Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and something else, and our fancy website, KrolmeisterSisters.KnifeFightClub.com.
You can also find us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And, you know, on some of those places, you can rate or review us and maybe leave us some good, nice, friendly words that make us feel warm and fuzzy inside, like this movie.
Yeah. Instagram is the one I forgot.
Instagram!
As a reminder, you can also subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to our cute little wine glass emote. And if you'd rather, you can support us on Patreon, like our new patron, Mark. You guys can be cool like him and become a patron. And get access to podcast night VODs, as well as Streamcat pictures, which not even my mom gets to see. So, you know, very exciting. So, as a reminder, I'm Risa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters, and we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.